All right, we're in John chapter 8, the first 5 or 6 verses. This is a woman caught in adultery. The word today is, well, I don't really have a word, like a phrase to call it, but learn how to minister the gospel like Jesus did. And there's two key things that Jesus was so good at when he was ministering the gospel to people, and it was love and acceptance. James chapter 2 talks about favoritism and treating people, different people a certain way. And Jesus was so good at getting down on people's levels without accusing them and criticizing them and telling them everything that's wrong with them, and then harassing them and gaslighting them. Okay, but here's what that means. What I've noticed in the church is people will piss you off and tick you off and rile you up and tell you everything that's wrong with you. And then they'll say, we're praying for your anger, praying that the Lord will help your bitterness. You sound bitter. It's like people just use your words and play on against you. And that is not ministry. I know that looks childish what I just did, but there's a lot of that in the church, especially your more strict religious churches like the Baptist Church, Catholic Church, Apostolic Ministries, the Mormon Church. You get these people that they want to criticize you and tell you everything that's wrong with you. That's not ministry. And this is what Jesus did with this woman who was caught in adultery, so she was clearly wrong. This crowd, these religious teachers of religious law and the Pharisees, they put her in front of the crowd. And so they said to Jesus, this woman is caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say? So they were trying to trap Jesus and get him to do what they wanted him to do and put religion above forgiveness, above the relationship. So they wanted an answer. Jesus stooped down in the dust and ignored them. They kept wanting an answer. And so then he stood up and said, let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. Then he stooped down again. And then finally they slipped away. Jesus said to the woman, where are your accusers? Did even one of them condemn you? She said, no. Then neither do I. Go and sin no more. We have become a culture that puts these and thous and religion and decrees and analysis reports. We just put things before people. That's like you being in a burning car and me checking to make sure you have your insurance and you have funds and you have this lined up, rather than yanking you out of the car and saving your life, and we'll figure out the rest later. And so learn to minister the gospel like Jesus. Everybody has their own style of how they minister the gospel naturally, and in that style you have to learn to get down with people where they are and love them and accept them and not accuse them and criticize them and tell them everything that's wrong with them. You'll have a great day. Be encouraged.